Hello, my name is John Brown, publisher of Strategic Markets here at TechTarget, and I'm joined today by Kevin Stokes, CIO of the town of Brookline, and Randall Gamby, the Information Security Officer for the Medicaid Information Services for the State of New York. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our audience are and the marketers and the folks that we work with are tremendously curious about how buying decisions get made within organizations. And so I'm really pleased to have two audience members of the TechTarget universe here to join us and to talk a little bit about how IT decisions get made, what those buying processes are, and some of the things that vendors do that are really, really on target, and some of the things that vendors do that maybe we could do less of. So hopefully we'll have an informative session here while we talk through this. I suppose the first question I have really for Randall is if you're thinking about a recent relatively involved IT purchase that your organization has gone through, we're really curious, what was the initiation, or how did that project actually get started to be something that IT was involved in?
Sure. So at the MISNY, we have a formal software development lifecycle. So first thing we have to do before we make any decisions is to classify the type of issue that we're trying to address, or the type of product sets that we're looking at. It's really broken down into three different areas. We have things that are broken problems that we have to fix. We also have issues of enhancements. So maybe something is working but maybe not working so well, and we may either have to do an adjustment to the existing software or possibly do an additional purchase to allow that to happen. And of course we have new features, which almost always involve some type of new purchase. And inside of those, we actually have two classifications of how we address those. The first one is an emergency, so it's broken, we need to fix it, and that's typically shortcut, very little research, trying to come in very quickly
so that
to
might
get
be
a solution.
When there's like an equipment failure or something high priority.
Let's say we had something burn up or something has failed and
the Pepsi was spilled.
Well, but we know that something there was a defect and that it's something that's unrecoverable, and therefore we need to replace that. And then the other one is the normal process of we've had a request come through and we're going to reevaluate that. Let's say that we're going down the first realm, because emergencies, of course, always exception to your processes. So we have this process of researching. First of all, we have to find a project sponsor. We don't just arbitrarily say, wow, that sounds cool, let's go ahead and implement it. It's important that we have a business manager or someone within the organization who's willing to, from a business perspective, say, I think this is a value, something we need to invest in. We need to do some research and understand how it works. If it's once we've got that, then we have to go through the normal research of trying to figure out the technical aspects, the business benefits, and of course always the cost of what it might do to do that.
Okay, all right. And Kevin, how about in your environment? I know it's a little bit different. You're I'm guessing a smaller government than maybe this particular department in the state of New York. What's that process like for the initiation of a project?
Sure, there are certainly a lot of similarities. So in my world there are probably three avenues. Primary avenue being the strategic component. So hopefully my dealings with my fellow department heads and counterparts, I'm plugged into some of our key problems and making sure that we're driving a strategy that will be complementary to the enterprise. We have operational challenges, enhancements, or certainly known issues that we have to contend with. And then the third is probably more of a wild card route, where it's an executive mandate, or it could be a business unit that's come up with something that's relatively new or maybe off the radar, maybe departmental, so it's not necessarily something that rises to the level of strategic for the organization.
Sure. So you have different levels of projects. You've got sort of departmental level, and then enterprise wide, I guess, is what you would.
Absolutely.
Right.
I chair a functional group within my organization that's chartered with looking at technology and the strategic use of technology. So it's just senior department heads and myself.
Okay.
And we typically have a vetting process.
So you actually have a committee of folks who are charged with looking for innovation and sort of new things that can help Brookline be a better Brookline.
Absolutely, and that could be internal type applications that drive efficiency, or certainly better operations. But they could be external, customer facing, that allow the public to perform a transaction or achieve some goal that we presently can't do.
Okay, all right.